Here's the thing, modern life is basically a choose your own breakdown simulator. And just when you think you found peace, some influencer, life coach, or beige font Instagram quote tells you you're doing everything wrong. Just stay positive. Cut out toxic people. Manifest your dreams. Great, now you're anxious, isolated, and blaming yourself for not smiling hard enough. Welcome to the hellish buffet of well-meaning advice that sounds deep but is actually psychological junk food. Today, we're lifting the feel-good curtain and exposing the suspiciously wholesome tips that might be quietly wrecking your mental health from the inside out. Let's get right into it. Number 10. Cut off toxic people. Ah yes, the classic. If someone stresses you out, block, delete, and pretend they evaporated into the void. Emotional minimalism, baby. And hey, sometimes this makes perfect sense. Your ex who thought empathy was a personality flaw? Bye. But here's where it gets messy. People aren't either toxic or non-toxic. Real life isn't a cleaning product commercial. Labeling every difficult relationship as toxic turns basic human conflict into a red flag parade. Friend didn't text back fast enough? Toxic. Your mom gave unsolicited advice? Toxic. Someone held you accountable for being a jerk? Definitely toxic, right? Cutting people off might feel empowering, but if you turn it into a lifestyle, you're just bubble wrapping your ego. Real relationships involve misunderstandings, awkward apologies, and growing pains. That's not toxicity, it's just being a human meatball with emotional blind spots. So, before you banish someone to the island of toxicity, maybe try an actual conversation or a nap. You might just be hangry. Number 9. Hustle harder. Your brain wants rest. Instagram wants you to build an empire before breakfast. We live in a world where being tired isn't a signal to slow down, it's a personal failure. If you're not starting a side hustle, optimizing your morning routine, and making passive income while drinking a mushroom latte, are you even trying? The hustle cult turns exhaustion into a badge of honor. Sleep is for the lazy. Burnout? Just a minor plot twist on the way to greatness. But here's the brain-breaking part. Your nervous system wasn't built for 18-hour days fueled by caffeine and shame. Chronic stress messes with your memory, screws up your hormones, and can even shrink parts of your brain. Shrink, as in literal brain erosion. So maybe grind now, shine later should come with a warning label. May cause spontaneous mental combustion. Work hard, sure. But if your ambition is chasing you with a whip, that's not productivity, it's self-harm in a blazer. Number 8. Just be grateful. You're having a rough day. Your cat puked on your laptop, your boss thinks urgent means 10 minutes ago, and your anxiety is playing bongos in your chest. But wait, some chirpy voice tells you, have you tried being grateful? Ah yes, weaponized gratitude. The idea that if you're not constantly awash in appreciation, you're ungrateful and probably cursed. Don't get it twisted. Gratitude can help mental health. But when it's used as a way to ignore real problems, it turns into emotional gaslighting. Your feelings don't vanish because you made a list of things you like. You can be grateful and frustrated. You can love your job and hate your inbox. You're allowed the full buffet of human emotion. So next time someone says, others have it worse, just smile politely and think, so do raccoons. Doesn't mean I want to live in a dumpster. Number 7. Stay positive. Positivity is like deodorant. Helpful in small doses, alarming when used to mask serious issues. You've probably been told to look on the bright side or focus on the good, and sometimes that's genuinely helpful. But forced positivity is like slapping a smiley face sticker on a fire alarm. Sure, it looks cheerful until the building burns down. Suppressing negative emotions doesn't make them go away. It turns them into stress gremlins that crawl into your subconscious and throw tantrums during meetings. Studies show that avoiding negative feelings can actually amplify them. Congratulations, you just emotionally rage quit reality. Real positivity isn't pretending everything's fine, it's knowing things suck and still choosing to keep going. It's emotional resilience, not spiritual denial. So if you feel like crap, don't bury it under a Pinterest quote. Feel it, name it, maybe even yell into a pillow. Then, if you're feeling wild, go make a gratitude list after. Number 6. Set boundaries with everyone boundaries. The self-care buzzword of the decade. Everyone's setting them with their co-workers, with their parents, with their barista. And on paper, boundaries are great. They protect your energy, prevent resentment, and let you say no without twitching. But somewhere along the way, boundaries mutated from a tool of healthy communication to a velvet rope you wrap around your entire personality. Now, instead of using boundaries to open dialogue, people use them to shut it down. Like, sorry, I'm protecting my peace, so I'm not going to acknowledge your feelings right now. That's not a boundary. That's passive-aggressive ghosting with a spiritual facelift. Good boundaries are supposed to help relationships, not eliminate the concept of compromise. If your boundary is, I don't tolerate any disagreement ever, you might be less enlightened and more allergic to being challenged. Yes, protect your peace, but don't turn your mental health into a gated community that no one's allowed to visit. Number 5, follow your passion. Oh, the sacred advice of career days and Disney movies. Do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life. Sure, unless what you love is interpretive dance in an abandoned warehouse, or collecting vintage pencil shavings. Good luck monetizing that without starting a very niche OnlyFans. The truth is, turning your passion into your job often turns it into a job. You start resenting the thing you once loved because now it comes with deadlines, taxes, and strangers on the internet leaving 1-star reviews because your Etsy candles smelled too confident. Also, what if you don't know your passion? Then you just spiral into existential dread every time someone asks, so what's your dream? Maybe it's to take a nap without guilt. Is that allowed? Look, passion is great, but it doesn't have to pay your rent. It doesn't have to be your brand. Sometimes it's enough to just have a hobby that lights you up and keep it sacred, not profitable. Number 4, forgive and forget. You know what's fun? Being told to forgive someone who ruined your life so you don't carry the burden. Because nothing says healing like gaslighting yourself into spiritual amnesia. The forgive and forget mantra sounds noble, but it skips over the processing part. Forgiveness isn't a button, it's a 4-act emotional opera with plot twists, ugly crying, and maybe one scene where you yell into a bowl of pasta. And let's talk about forgetting. You don't need to forget what someone did in order to move on. That's not healing, that's emotional lobotomy. Sometimes remembering is part of protecting yourself. Sometimes the grudge is just a boundary wearing eyeliner. Forgiveness should never be rushed, weaponized, or forced, especially not for the comfort of the person who hurt you. You can forgive when you're ready, if you want to, and on your terms. Otherwise, feel free to take your sweet time. Grudges can be great motivators. Just ask Batman. Number 3, manifest your reality. Welcome to the law of attraction, where you're told the universe is basically a cosmic vending machine. Want success? Think positive thoughts. Want love? Visualize it. Want to not be crushed under capitalism? Simply believe your way out of it. Manifestation is like spirituality's version of a TED Talk crossed with a vision board and sprinkled with quantum woo-woo. And while yes, mindset matters and optimism can help, this advice often slips into dangerous territory. Magical thinking with a side of personal blame. Didn't get that promotion? You must not have believed hard enough. Got sick? Should have raised your vibrations. Feeling hopeless? You're just not aligning with abundance. Cool, now you're broke and guilty about your aura. This advice can create a warped reality where bad things only happen to people who didn't wish hard enough, ignoring, actual systems of inequality, chance, or biology. Manifest all you want, but don't let it convince you that every misfortune is a cosmic Yelp review of your attitude. That's not empowerment, it's metaphysical victim blaming. Number 2, eliminate all negative thoughts. Ever tried not thinking something? It's like trying to not picture a pink elephant on a unicycle while I describe its little hat and determined expression. Go on, try it. I'll wait. The whole eliminate negative thoughts idea is like emotional gentrification. Just bulldoze all the bad vibes and pretend your psyche is a spotless yoga studio. Problem is, your brain doesn't work that way. It's not a command center, it's a chaotic improv troupe doing unsupervised drama exercises at all hours. Negative thoughts are part of the deal. They help you assess risk, learn from failure, and not walk into traffic while thinking about smoothies. If you try to silence them completely, you just create louder ones. They get sneakier. They show up disguised as gut feelings or existential dread. Instead of banishing every negative thought like it's a bad house guest, try noticing it. Let it ramble, then show it the door when it's done. That's mindfulness, not emotional eviction. Number 1, love yourself first. Oh boy, the self-love industrial complex. According to pop psychology, you must love yourself completely before you can love anyone else. No exceptions, no loopholes, no days off. This sounds nice until you realize that humans are kinda messy. Nobody loves themselves 24/7. We're all just awkward bags of skin trying to make it to the weekend without crying in the grocery store. But now, thanks to this advice, not loving yourself becomes one more thing to feel bad about. You're lonely, and it's your fault because you didn't affirm hard enough in the mirror this morning. The truth is, self-love isn't a prerequisite, it's a process. And relationships, yes, even the messy ones, can help you learn it. Sometimes someone else's kindness is what reminds you that you deserve your own. It's not cheating, it's called being human, so go ahead. Be imperfect, unsure, halfway healed, love others, let them love you back. Self-love can catch up. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.